Welcome to your daily focus for August the 16th, 2019. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I've been working about 3 hours straight on my computer. I'm sorry for the lateness of this video. But I was determined to get it out, and finally the last thing I thought I'd try was the thing that works. So long as something worked. Numerology for the day is an 18. 1 plus 8 is a 9. So it really, after a full moon, what a beautiful energy to embrace. Because the 9 is, yes, about completions, but it's in order to make way for new beginnings, new starts. The 18 in a personality, especially if birth numerology, 18s are very much about, you're not ending chapters and starting new chapters. You are ending books and starting new books. So clean slates. So since we are in full moon energy, it is what do we need to put an ending to, completion to? What do we need to heal in our lives? What part of our heart, where maybe it's ourselves, maybe we need to forgive ourselves or somebody else for something, or at least move past it. So long as you keep reliving the things that people have done to you that hurt you, they still have power over you. Moon has now moved into Pisces and will be there probably for the most of the weekend, if not all of it. So Pisces is just beautiful, beautiful energy for creative energy, spiritual energy, dreaming. Meditation, peace, harmony, nature. Let's see what the cards have to say for us. Oh my goodness, I'm tired now. My apologies. I hope not everybody was yawning there because of me. Look at this. We start with the Ace of Cups. It is a time to embrace new beginnings, new starts, the things that we truly want to step into in our lives. It could be relationships. It could be career paths. It could be just expanding our self-expression in some way. This could also be service to others. How do we do that in our lives? Do we smile at people that we see? Do we give the odd compliment out? Do we pick up groceries for somebody who hasn't been able to get out? Or maybe went over and cleaned somebody's house because they were bedridden? Or just maybe was company for them for a half an hour or so? So how do we, or maybe it's on a larger scale. Maybe you are, helping to search for a cure for a cancer, a terminal illness, or just one that is extremely debilitating. Maybe you're trying to save trees, animals, people in some way. I think we look at these things and we want to embrace these things within ourselves. We have the King of Pentacles. Now, this is about thinking outside the box, and Pisces energy is really beautiful for that. We also have the Sun in Leo. I don't know if I said that, but so our creativity is flowing, our happiness, our joy. Could be romance. But it's thinking outside of the box in order to really bring in happiness and joy. So we may get new perceptions on things. And really be looking at how to grow our wealth. The King of Pentacles is probably, he's one of the richest kings in the deck because he doesn't, his risks that he takes are very educated risks. So he thinks it through. He makes the plan. He goes after it. Our third card is the Four of Swords. If you feel tired, if you feel run down, if you feel like you need to unplug, then please do. Listen to your body. Okay? Because we do need time to rest and restore. We do need time to take a step back and bring in balance in maybe our mind, our body, spirit. We haven't seen this card for a while. We haven't been able to really have the energy behind us to take a breath. So this card is saying that we can take a breath, that we can stand back, step back, unplug, recharge, rejuvenate, and make the plans for our tomorrow. This is about health and well-being, absolutely, with this card. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I have been working on my computer for 3 hours to get this out. I'm so tired now. It's way past my bedtime. This is the warrior coming off the battlefield. And I can't even put myself into the position of understanding what a warrior would go through, or a soldier would go through on the battlefield. I would assume it takes an incredible amount of courage just to face each moment, much less each day. That you're sleeping with one eye open, you're not getting a decent meal, you're not getting decent rest. And you come off this battlefield and you take off your armor, you hang up your weapons, and you lay down to rejuvenate yourself, to heal yourself, to rest. And know that your tomorrow is going to be completely different from your yesterday. So expect that. Go with the flow as much as possible. So very much we are looking at the new beginnings, the creativity that we can expand on, or our self-expression perhaps. This could be, this definitely could be a day for new romance, new friendships, best friends. It's a lot about thinking outside the box in order to grow our success, in order to grow our wealth, and to take time out. To not try and do it all. I think we'll get frustrated today if we try and just do it all. So take it, oh my gosh, one step at a time. There's like 6 cards that went there, so we're not going to turn all them over. We will turn one over. Now we'll cut the cards before they decide to pick themselves. Fresh approach. 21. So the 3 energy, that's very much about expanding our self-expression, isn't it? It could be about travel, personal health. It could be about letting the child out within. That child is still within you. That 3-year-old, that 5-year-old, that 6-year-old, that 7-year-old inside of you. That person you once were. Close your eyes for a moment, take a couple of breaths, and go back to when you were 5 or 6 or 7 and think about your childhood and the fun parts about your childhood. Maybe it was jumping on the bed. Maybe it was running through the park, climbing the monkey bars. I don't know, when I was a kid, we had this thing, and it was made of metal, and it was round, and it had the bars on it, and the idea was you hung onto this bar for dear life. And if you let go for any reason, you went flying off, because people would grab the bars and run and run and run and run and run to get it faster and faster and faster. And then we would be hanging on for dear life, and eventually you'd just go flying off. And your parents would be like, oh, well, then don't go on it if it hurts you. So thank goodness playgrounds have gotten a little bit easier in life to live through. But think about the times that you were a child. I remember the big willow tree that I used to climb and sit in, and I'd fall asleep in it. As I got older, I used to do macrame in it. I'd have all my strings tied up to the different branches. Read my books. A fresh approach. A new mindset, perhaps. A new perception can come in right now. So if you hit difficult moments, understand that it's for you to look at a different way, a different plan of attack that you might need to take, a different route, a different way of doing, or saying, or acting, or behaving. To take it back a step and then approach it again with new eyes. I mean, sometimes you can't figure something out, and if you leave it for the night and you wake up in the morning, boom, there it is, the answer for you. So let your subconscious and conscious have that conversation while you're sleeping. on how you can go forward in a new way, new direction, new mindset. I get mindset a lot here, so definitely pay attention to what comes your way when in your thoughts, waking and sleeping. Pay attention to your dreams, the messages that come your way, the things that catch your eye, the things that you hear. A lot of these cards are trying to jump. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Look at this, freedom with the horse. The horse shows up for freedom. Let's see what the horse says. Look at that, I was throwing sticks for Dylan. Wait. He has unlimited energy, but he's being very good tonight, so I must have worn him out a little bit. Freedom, transformation, free spirit, move, and courage. The secret of happiness is freedom, and the secret of freedom is courage. So it's about having the courage to seek that freedom that you are searching for, that you are longing for, that you are wanting, that you are wishing for, that you are fantasizing about. Horse has a powerful message to share with you in regards of your time of transformation and newfound freedoms. Sometimes it's easier to sit in your fuzzy PJs and hope that life will change. And yet you continue to allow yourself to be shackled away from your true spirit, oh my goodness, and your soul. However, Horse tells you that it is time to dream big, and it is a time to dream big. I mean, we've had outside the box kind of thinking, dream big, bigger than life. If money, time, energy wasn't a problem, what would you wake up and start doing tomorrow? If all the tools and support and love was available to you, what would your life look like? Dream outside the box, dream big. And if you only hit half of it, wow, are you ever ahead of the races, aren't you? It may be time to make changes within your current relationships, whether romantic or platonic, and it could be that you feel stifled by your current career choices. Freedom doesn't mean that you have to give up your entire life, but instead, allow yourself to disconnect from the anchors tied around you. It takes courage, but the end result will be a positive one. Spend some time in nature, take in the feeling of the wind in your hair, breathe in nature's goodness, and just be. Just a few moments of solitude each day can allow your soul to reboot and clear itself from life's toxicities, freeing it in order to see the proper path. Horse could also mean it's time for you to move house in the country. So once again, we get this taking a few moments of solitude. And when we step back into the reality of the day, we see new perceptives. We see new ways of going forward. So do some deep breathing. Do some meditation. Get excited about your dreams and grow them larger than life. I heard once, if your dream doesn't scare you, you're not dreaming big enough yet. So what if? And don't worry, we'll have lots of time to fill in the details and what's practical and impractical, what's tangible and not. But no, that's not the energy right now. The energy is asking us to just take a deep breath and dream the dream. And the more we can think outside the box, the more we will come up with a new perception of what we can do, what we can step into. To grow our success, to grow our happiness, to grow our peace of mind. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.